Good morning, students. Today we are seeing about the ninth lesson, living organism and their surrounding. Let us give you a small recap. What is habitats? The natural home of living thing is called as habitats. Habitats are furtherly classified into two types. First one, terrestrial habitat. Another one, aquatic habitat. Terrestrial means that is a land habitat. That is also furtherly classified into three types. First one, desert. Second one, mountain. Last one, forest habitats. Let us see about aquatic habitats. Aquatic regions are bodies of fresh water and also salt water. Freshwater habitats include ponds, lakes, rivers, mangrove swamps, coral reefs, and oceans or saltwater habitats. Let us see about the ponds, lakes, and rivers. Plant life. Plants known as hydrophytes grow in freshwater bodies such as ponds, lakes, and rivers. Hydrophytes have adaptation that help them grow in water. Some plants such as hydrilla grow completely under the surface of water. These plants need less sunlight. Some such as lotus grow partially in water and partially above the surface of water. Some aquatic plants such as duckweed, the smallest known flowering plant, float freely on the surface because they need plenty of sunlight. Aquatic plants have air space in their stems and leaves. These air space help them stand erect or stay afloat. The large, flat floating leaves of aquatic plants collect enough sunlight. The leaves have wax coating to make them waterproof. Submerged plants have narrow ribbon-like leaves which can be easily blended with flowing water. In submerged plants, leaves are divided which allow water to flow past without causing any damage to them. Next, we will see about the animal life in ponds, rivers, lakes. Freshwater fish, crabs, prawns, frogs, turtles, and crocodiles live in ponds, lakes, and rivers. Salamanders live in wet places. Frogs are adapted to live on the land as well as in water. They breathe air directly from the atmosphere when on the land, and while in water, they obtain oxygen also from the water through their mossy skin. Many kinds of birds are found on near streams, ponds, lakes, and rivers. They obtain food from the water bodies. Such birds are called as water birds. Many of these birds have webbed feet that help them to swim. Their beaks are adapted to feed on aquatic organisms such as algae, snails, insects, and fish. Let us see about the mangrove swamps. Mangrove swamps are situated close to the tropical seas. They remain covered with shallow sea water. The soil is slitty and covered with salty water. Mangroves reduce the force of ocean waves. They can save lives and property during natural hazards such as cyclones and tsunamis. Plant life. Mangrove swamps have dense growth of mangrove plants. They have still roots that grow upwards and their tips remaining above the surface of water. These roots take in air directly from the atmosphere. Animal life. Mangrove swamps are habitat of many kinds of marine organisms. Many types of fish and their marine animals use mangrove swamps as feeding and breeding grounds. Next, let us see about the oceans. The oceans cover 3/4 of surface of the earth. They are located in different parts of the earth and have different environments. The ocean in the tropical region have warm water, and those closer to the poles have ice cold water. The oceans are dominated with a variety of fish. A streamlined body and the fins enable them to swim. The gills helps to absorbing oxygen from the water. The scales protect their bodies. Many kinds of seabirds live on the seashores and in the sea. The seagull, penguins, terns, puffins, plovers, and pelicans are some such birds. Whales, seals, and dolphins are mammals adapted to live in oceans. They have flippers and streamlined bodies that enable them to swim. Bulper, a thick layer of fat, keeps their bodies warm and floated in water. Although they live in ocean, they directly breathe air. Let us see about the characteristics of living things. The rich variety of life on the earth includes plants, animals, fungi, and microorganisms. No matter where they live and how different they are, all living things have certain common characteristics. First one growth, second one food and water, third one movement, fourth one respiration, fifth one response to stimuli, sixth one excretion, seventh one reproduction, and last lifespan. Let us see one by one. First one growth. Increase in height or length is an indicator of growth of a living organism. All animals grow when young and stop growing after a certain age. But plants grow throughout their life. Next one, food and water. Food is a necessity of all living things. What is meant by autotrophs? You know that? Yes. Plants are called as autotrophs because they are making their food own. Plants make food through the process of photosynthesis. What is heterotrophs? Heterotroph means they feed on plants or other animals. So animals are called as heterotrophs. Next, movement. Most animals move from one place to another place. But plants do not move from one place to another, but move their body parts. For example, plants move towards light and some plants close their leaves when the sun sets and open when the sun rises. Let us see the respiration. What is meant by respiration? You know that? Living things use energy to perform all their activities. They obtain energy from their food through a process called the respiration. Respiration includes breathing and release of energy. What is meant by breathing? You know that? Yes. In most living things, respiration utilizes oxygen to release energy. The needed amount of oxygen is obtained through breathing. Breathing also involves removal of carbon dioxide from the body. Okay? Plants take in air through stoma. Human being and all other land dwelling animals breathe in air. They use oxygen from the air for respiration. Fish and most other animals that live in water take in oxygen dissolved in water. Turtles and sea snakes live in water, but they breathe in air like land animals. Next, response to stimulus. All living things respond to stimulus. Anything that causes a reaction in a living thing is called stimulus. For example, sunlight is a stimulus that makes plants move towards it. Sugar attracts ants. The smell of sugar in this case is a stimulus, whereas the movement of the ants towards sugar is a response. Do you know the touch me not plant? Yes, that is, you will be touched, then stimulate to close the leaves. That is a stimul. Let us see about the excretion. All living things give out waste products. The process by which waste products are removed from an organism is called excretion. In animals, the waste products are removed from the body by excretory organs, such as the kidney in human being. Reproduction. All kinds of plants, animals, and other living things, such as mushroom, produce young ones like themselves. Many kinds of animals lay eggs from which the young ones hatch out. Mammals give birth to young ones and mother feed the babies with her milk. Human beings belong to this group of animals. Plants also reproduce. Flowering plants produce seeds. Seeds give rise to new plant, that is a seedlings. A seed need warmth, water and air to germinate and produce a seedling. A seedling grow into a healthy plant if it get the necessary amount of air, water, sunlight, warmth and fertilized soil. All plants do not produce flowers. Example, fine trees, ferns and algae. So fine trees produce cones with the have seeds. These seeds produce a new plants. All living things have a lifespan at the end of which they die. Some such as the mayfly insects live only for a few days, whereas some tortoises live for more than 100 years. Most trees live for hundreds of years, whereas herbs live for a few months. Thank you, children. We will meet you in another video.